All right, so it's day 2 of Book of Proverbs. So in December, I'm doing one chapter of Proverbs a day, and today's December 2nd. So chapter 2 talks about the benefits of wisdom, and I'm going to break down into 4 parts. And the first part talks about this, like kind of like explaining the conditions to know God and to fear Him, and we must first know the Word of God and then to keep His commandments. So basically what it tells us is that we should seek not just to know the facts about God, not just the intellectual of it, but to actually apply that, to obey that, to keep His commandments to us. So it will tell us on verse 1, my child, listen to what I say and treasure my commands. Tune your ears to wisdom and concentrate on understanding. Cry out for insight and ask for understanding. Search for them as you would for silver. Seek them like hidden treasures. So he tells us to continuously seek understanding. And it's about the knowing of God and the fear of God. It's not about just the intellectual, like knowing, but to have a relationship with God where you want to follow what He's calling us to do. So it's like if you know someone but you don't have a relationship with them, you might know somebody that works in your same company, but you don't have a relationship with them. There's a difference. So God is calling us to actually have a relationship with them to a point that we want to follow what He is calling us to do. And the second part is from verses 6 through 11, which it tells us like wisdom is actually a gift from God and a protection for our life. And it tells us that the ones on verse 6, it says, for the Lord grants wisdom, from His mouth come knowledge and understanding. And on verse 8, we'll say, He guards the path of the just and protects those who are faithful to Him. So He's letting us know that if we're faithful to Him, that He will protect our path. So God gives wisdom to the ones that are following His commandments, and it becomes a shield to those who are walking through path of disobedience. And He's guarding us with His knowledge and with His wisdom because we're consistently pursuing Him. And part 3 is where it goes from verses 12 through 19, where He tells us that wisdom will deliver us from people that are going the wrong path, the path of death. And it will warn us again about staying away from people that are pursuing evil, people that are doing evil, and also talks about people that are doing evil knowingly that they're doing evil, and how we should stay away from them and how we should stay away from sin. And also about adultery and how we should stay away from adultery, and how it talks about adulterous women and how adultery is a path that leads to death. And ultimately, adultery breaks the alliance that we have with God. And even though society makes it seem like it's this cool thing and it's like modern and you should just do whatever, it actually is a path that leads to death. And it will say on verse 19, the man who visits her, the adulterous woman, is doomed. He will never reach the path of life. Essentially saying that this path will lead to death. And then it closes out on 20th through 22nd by breaking it down that there's 2 paths. There's a path of obedience and disobedience. The path of disobedience is this wide path where you can do whatever you want. Everything seems fun and very attractive and very seductive, but it's a path that will lead to death. And the other path is the path of obedience. And this path is a narrow path that's a constant hike. It's a difficult path, but through this path, God will protect you because He's already told us in this chapter that His wisdom will offer us protection. And it will also lead to life. So in life, we have 2 choices, disobedience or obedience. Disobedience leads to death. Obedience will lead to life. But ultimately, God is saying, hey, to know me and to follow me will lead you to life.